Hello gamers, geeks and gays, welcome back to Return of the Obra Dinn. Today I'm going to do things slightly differently. It's finally time for that recap episode that I keep talking about. I need to go back through the ship and just kind of look at everything with a fresh pair of eyes, because there's probably a lot of stuff that I've missed, right? I did it in Outer Wilds, I did it in Firewatch, there's always going to be stuff that I miss. So we're going to go through and have a second look. Also, it gives me a bit of a time to, I guess, do a Smell the Pines style episode where I can just explore the ship and just have a look. You know, I love marine stuff. I'm going to be a mariner myself. I've been on historic ships like this. So we're going to use this as an opportunity to just kind of explore. We're probably not going to do much new stuff today. So apologies if you're wanting me to just kind of get on with it. You can wait, good sir, madam, or otherwise engaged. Today I'm just going to go at my own pace and have a little bit of fun. Now, one of the things that has kind of baffled me is just how this ship managed to drift into Falmouth. It's a bit of a thing getting to Falmouth. Falmouth. So I think I covered this on another episode, but history lesson time. Falmouth at this time in history was incredibly important because it was, you've got the English Channel, right? Where's the map? Let me get the map up. I know I've definitely told you this before, but you can deal with it. Falmouth is kind of, I thought I could zoom in, I can't zoom in. Falmouth is here, right? Nowadays, a lot of the bigger ports are more towards Portsmouth, which is kind of this area near the Isle of Wight. In the age of sail, trying to sail up there was a pain because you had to tack back and forth, and it took forever. And if you imagine you've got ships coming in, you've got ships going out, and this is before the age of efficient communication. You used to have to use signal flags at sea. So, rather than do that, why don't you just come into Falmouth, which is right here, and then transport goods by the road? It's amazing. Why didn't we think of that earlier? So Falmouth at this point in time was a massive deep water port, so you could get ships to come in from all over the globe. So it's a big deal. Don't get me wrong, it's still not great to get to. In fact, there's a bit right on the end of Cornwall, which is called the Lizard, and I'm pretty sure a lot of ships tended to kind of crash into that. It's just like a big formation of rocks and not quite reefs, but that kind of thing. Also, fun fact, it's not called the Lizard because it looks like a lizard. It's called the Lizard because it's based off of old Cornish word, and I can't remember what it means now. Anyway, I'm going to start at the back of the ship, and I'm just going to have a bit of a nerd session. So this is the poop deck, which is not... Put your toilet humour away. It's not called the poop deck because only pooping was done. It's called the poop deck from the French word la poupe, which I believe means something to do with either the rear of the ship or higher. I can't remember which way around it is. This is a French word. We're doing French today. So yeah, this is actually quite a strange addition. I don't think I ever picked up on this kind of skylight before. But what, this is the year 17... Can't remember what year we're in. What year are we in? Does it tell me? Will it tell me in the manifest? No, it won't tell me in the manifest. It told me somewhere. Loose cargo. Can you please tell me? Nope. It'll say somewhere in the book. Late 1700s. So this is kind of around the age that... Not long before the Victory, the HMS Victory, which is a ship that I have been on. So this is kind of after the golden age of sail, which is quite cool. So this is where... Buckets! That's quite cool. So on some of the bigger ships, like Victory, they'd hang buckets up from this kind of railing area, and you'd fill them with sand or salt water for putting out fires, which is quite obvious. This, I watched a video about this. This is the compass. So you've got two compasses in here, right? And you've got a little chimney stove. And it's not because you have to like choo-choo steam power this. The chimney is there for the lantern. So you have a lantern in, and that lets the lantern smoke out. So you have 2 compasses. So then whoever you got on one side can kind of glance down at this one, and then if you've got a helmsman on the other side, they can glance down at that one, and they can see. I don't know if this thing was bolted down, or if it would kind of do the walkies in and around the deck. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. What I do want to see is if I can actually see the helm kind of lines going through the ship. Try and remind me. I'm going to have a good look. And I also want to see if the masts go all the way to the keel, like they should do. Again, things that I haven't really given much of a look at before that I probably should have done. Now, there isn't really much in here, I don't think. Because I know I need to start looking at more... What's the word? Environmental storytelling. I've been looking at, obviously, people getting shot and people getting stabbed, but I need to pay attention to all the other little bits. So these guys who would have lived here, I mean, I guess it's interesting. I can't quite tell from here, but it looks like all the sleeping stuff and all the personal belongings from here are gone. And I don't know if that should be telling me something. Especially if I go to, let's say if we go into, no, the captain's stuff is, maybe it is there, it's just really square and horrible and flat. I mean, I guess I wouldn't have much. That's the thing there, you can see there's shape. So there is bedding in that one in particular. Then why is there not bedding in this one? And why have you stacked your table so neatly? So, captain's quarters. Did I ever say that the captain is dead? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I remember now. The captain's dead in here. The captain shot himself, we think. I think. Chapter 10, the end. It is quite interesting how we get the end of the story first.
Abigail. Your brother. My friend. I shot him. Dead. I'll be with you soon, my love.
I like this even less
Please
on a second listening.
me for everything.
Yeah, so I don't think there's any way this could be misconstrued as anything other. Let's just have a good look around while we're here. Again, this is mostly for my sake, so I can remember everything. Yeah, because they're the one where they've had their head literally just caved in. He got his throat slit, and tell you what, she is a pretty ship. So is he the last one alive at this point? He must be, right? Can't see there being... I don't believe we came up here last time. So we've got a cage. The cage has been kind of trussed up. There's some timbers here. Are they like wall panels? They look like wall panels. But why? Why are the timbers here now and they're not here in the now? Because this is the end, right? This is the last thing that we see. So if I go back up there... And again, this might not have any actual indication as to anything that the story wants me to know, but... Things have moved? I mean, lines will move, but that's a big old coil of cabling. Or are they cables? Is that rope or is that like gaskets? I think they're gaskets at the sails. But again, why have they moved? And why are the timbers gone? I mean, I'm guessing it could just be someone from the company has been on board and done some rummaging, which is very wrong because we're the inspector. We're meant to be the first one on board. But I would not put it past the company. So we've got knives, Mr. Scully Bones. Yeah, as I was saying, god damn, it's a pretty ship. Like, this gallery view from the back is... They don't make ships like they used to. I do quite like modern ships. I'm weird in that regard. I do quite like the modern stuff. But... Hi, Abigail. You're looking fantastic. Yeah, I do miss this kind of era. Not that I ever saw it, so I can't really miss it, I guess. Can I... What was in here, then? A lot of nothing again? I wish I could open people's drawers. Davits. That's the word. I was thinking of the word. They're davits. They're like little cranes. Alright, let's have a good look around. I just love the detail on this. Even down to like, they've got like the... They've probably got a proper nautical name, I don't know, but the holes for draining. That's for the pump. They're the bilge pumps. That's really cool. Like, it's actually... It's... Look! That's actual, like, mechanics stuff. That's believable. God damn, rigging confuses me. I do know the very, very basics of how rigging should work. Rigging, by the way, is not just these things. I know in the movies it's like, you know, climb the rigging and all that stuff. I can't remember their name, but they're essentially stays for the mast. So if you look, can you see how they're kind of slightly behind the mast, and they're to stop the mast from falling over or leaning forward too much when the wind is in the sails. Can't remember what they're called now. I know the horizontal lines are called rat lines, which is quite cool. And then these little kind of pulleys at the bottom, so you can adjust things because rope stretches over time, which I forget. Ooh, has something escaped from here? What has been escaping? But I don't think there's going to be much environmental storytelling to be done up here that we don't already know about. A lot of the damage up here has been done from storms and or squiddy, you know. I wonder. Also, how have they got the bowsprit to be like bang on middle? There's a lot of ships that would kind of be off center slightly, which kind of annoys me. I don't like asymmetry in things. Actually, no, I'll tell you, I like asymmetry to an extent. Anyway. I know they're dead, but laying on a capstan like that does not look comfortable in the slightest. It just kind of... does look like it would be an absolute godsend for a bad back, though. You know, just stretch your back over that. Right. Down below, I guess. Ah! Have we even... I don't think we've been this far forward. And the only reason I was coming down here is because I remember I was looking from the top and I was trying to find where they do the actual pooping. If I was to call any deck the poop deck, it would be here. This is where you would come to do your pooping. Why haven't... We are finding new things today. This always happens. Oh. 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 Right, I've said it before, I've said it again. The sound design in this game is cruel. Just imagine that, you're out taking a dump and then you get literally your entire inside squeezed out of your bottom. That's the exact same face I'd be pulling, just, are you okay? Right, I've forgotten the buttons now. Who are you? ES. ES? How do I know you are ES? How do I know you are ES? ES. ES. Right. Edward Spratt. The artist, that would make sense. They've signed, and that's why they're not in any of the artworks. It's like, my dad was a photographer, and we've got so many photographs of like family holidays, and dad was never in any of them because he was always taking photos. I guess if this was like an artist's rendition, he would, you know, be up watching something, and he wouldn't be in the... That's really nice, I like that. I was going to be a bit confused as to why they're marked as such. That is... I think that's got to be the worst way to go so far. In my opinion, that's the worst way to go so far. Edward Spratt was... what we're going to say? Crushed? Crushed. I'm going to say crushed by a beast. Terribly sorry, Eddie. 13 others were present. Okay. Also, why does my hand shake? Is it because I'm terrified of the horrors that I'm seeing, or is it because the pocket watch is just really happy? Okay, so we have... I recognise your face. A mate steward killed by a sword. Okie dokie. That would... yeah, I'd be happy to say you're the stewards. Again, let's have a look. So we've got a few people sleeping who I can't tell who they are from here. Can I see? No, that'd be wishful thinking, wouldn't it? Can't quite tell from here who these two are. Can I... gentlemen? No? Okie dokie. Is everyone asleep? Okay, these hammocks are not in use. Got someone's sword up on the wall. Okay, that one, again, can't really tell. Probably on some of the other ones I can see whose bunks are who. These are some of the... Can't remember how we worded it now. Can't remember what we... where... because it's an older word, isn't it, for where they're from. Don't know who you are, but you're some kind of deckhand. Having a nice drink just before everything goes terribly, terribly wrong. My good lord, sir, you're massive. Or are you just small? I can't tell. Martin. Was it Martin? Oh no, I think... I can't remember if it was Martin or William who's the brother. Okay, you're taking food. Who are you taking food to? I mean, it's from the galley by the looks of it. Are you? I had a moment there where I didn't know if they were gentlemen or not. Unknown soul was crushed by a loose cannon. So if I go... Let's have a quick look at the manifest. Looks like some kind of steward. Thomas Sefton is a cook. They don't look particularly like a cook. Steward, oh my good lord, we got so many stewards. What position's Martin? Martin's the third mate, so that could realistically be the third mate steward. Roderick Anderson. Roderick. You could be Roderick. Because you are with the third mate and you've got food, but then again, why don't the third mate just carry his own damn food? You know? I can go above deck. Now, what are these guys looking out for? Okay, so there's stuff going on the deck, which is interesting. The goats are fine. The goats aren't bothered in the slightest. That's horrifying. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So let's find out what happened to this chap. And then I'll go back to exploring, probably, hopefully, maybe. Lead me on my way. I'm waiting here because I know I have to go back up. I'm getting wise to this spirit's BS. I know it's just going to run me around for no good reason. Okay, so now we've got this to look at. It's going to be a rabbit hole, and I'm going to have... I just wanted to explore.
Over my dead body, you bloody Dane.
Huh? How's that?
There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat.
Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother.
What? That was an accident. The ropes.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing.
Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long.
No, don't.
Okay then. That looks like it hurt. Oh man. Okay, why can I not remember how your voice went? Can't remember how his voice went. What are you up to, and why do you have books? Are you the purser? Why are you trying to escape? Why are you taking the ship's logs with you? Why are you taking the ship's logs with you? Has he found something shady? So this guy is Danish. So looking for someone from Denmark. And I'm hoping there's only one person from Denmark. Hey, so it could be Lars Linde. They're a seaman. Yeah, okay, they're the only person from Denmark. They were clubbed by, at the moment, an unknown attacker. Now, this guy mentioned a brother. Right? So this guy's got a brother on board. Now, with that in mind, I need people with the same last name. If someone was killed on the ropes, they're gonna be some kind of seaman or a topman. Right? Maybe. I mean, there could be... I can't see them being a midshipman, because midshipman is kind of like the beginning of like officer level stuff, so I don't think they're going to be handling ropes. Topmen could feasibly be on the ropes, but they're probably more likely to be up in the sails. So, are any guys here? Peters. Peters, we've got 2 Peters. So it could be Nathan or Samuel. But I don't know which one you are. You're one of the Peters, and I know you're a seaman. That's going to be a pain, because I don't believe we've... Have I... No, well, we can't have met someone that's... I don't think anyone's been killed on the ropes yet. Maybe. I'm still intrigued by you. Why are you here? You look like a purser. You've got a fairly fancy outfit. That's not an outfit that's on the deck. You know, these guys, they're all officers, fair enough. You look like a surgeon. Guessing you're the helmsman? Because you got your hand on the helm. But you, sir, you look fancy-like. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, you look like a purser. So I don't think there's a quartermaster on board. Which is strange, actually, unless this is a time where... no, we've got stewards. We've got the ship steward. But they're not... Why does that equal Italian, Stirx? They're Indian. Even says so there. I'm gonna say you are the purser. I'm going for it. I'm being bold. I'm being bold and brave. I'm gonna say you are helmsman, because I don't think anyone else would be stupid enough to touch the helm, and even during an execution, they are at sea. They are still moving. You know? Yeah. Just for now, I'm going to say you are the helmsman. Because you're right there on the helm, and you're a man. 3 others were present. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Were you American? I feel like I need to listen to this back again at some point. I'll watch it back in the editing, and then I will know if they were American or not. Okay, quite a nice, tidy, you know, compact little incident there. It didn't lead into a bunch of other stuff. What's the half process mean? Does that mean I'm kind of getting there? 7 wayward souls disappeared during the events of this chapter. Their fates are catalogued here. Oh, these guys who escaped then. So that's one of the Peters. The purser. Oh, so we're presuming these guys all left. The helmsman left? I wonder if I can actually find out properly before I kind of commit saying what happened to who. I like how all this happened just because I didn't go out here to look at this gentleman getting crushed. I like how most of his the smaller bones on his body have, with the rocking of the ship, they've just completely gone through the deck, whereas like the larger bones have stayed. I think that's a real neat, if albeit macabre, addition. So, one thing that I noticed, so the capstan is up there. The one complaint I have here is where is that capstan going? Unless, is there a second capstan down here for the anchor properly? Because where would... Is that like a deck capstan for like cranes or something? Where's the other capstan? Where is the other capstan? Because it's quite important. It's not going to be back here, is it? Got to be on another deck. Ah, there we go. And this is the deck with the actual... Have I been down this far yet? Yeah, I have been down this far yet. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, I'll forgive the game. Also, yes, the masts do appear to go the whole way down through the ship and to the keel, which is all good fun. Is this the bottom of the ship then? Oh, we've got a thing that's all locked up. But why? I mean, there's definitely stuff down here I've not looked at yet, and that's fine. I'll come back to it another point. It does look like there'd be another deck, though. Like another mini deck. I do like how they've actually taken the time to, you know, lead the ropes on all the bits and stuff. Right, what do I need to look at? What do I need to look at? What do I feel like I need to look at? So we started up at the top. Saw the captain. Is there anything down here? Or are there any fates that I feel like we've started on, but we don't know who they are? I think we'll start at the end and work our way backwards. So we got William Oscar was shot with a gun by Captain Robert Witterell. Cool. This unknown soul was knifed by Captain Robert Witterell, so we don't actually know who that person is. You're going to be one of the seamen. I mean, I'm not going to take a guess. I'm not going to do that. But you will be one of the seamen. Don't know who. So where are they? Must be in here somewhere. They're at the bottom of the sea. That's a lie. Who? Who are they looking for? Are they looking for Abigail? I mean, it might make sense that they're looking for Abigail because William Hoscott was with them. Maybe. Don't know. Don't know. This unknown soul was clubbed by Captain Witterell. Yes, that's exactly who they are. They look like maybe a topman. Again, it's telling me that I should have a pretty good idea as to who this person is. So let's listen to this again. Let's go back up and go through the step-by-step of the captain's demise and see if there's any more hints with these guys. Well, let's be fair, isn't there a way for me to find other chapters with them in? You guys mentioned that to me once. Right, so let's have a look. This person's face was no longer blurred, which means that they can now be identified. Use the book and the pocket watch to gather enough information to do their identity. Revisit memories on the ship using the pocket watch to study relationships, appearances, and activities. Use the book, maps, crew manifests, and artist sketches, page 24, along with the individual conversation logs to find clues about names, relationships, appearances, and roles. There were 6 people on the ship when it left England, determining everyone's identity, and fate will not be easy. Decisive information is rare. You will have to make assumptions using partial information. Some identities may only be revealed through a process of elimination. Good luck. So I might not even have a name for them yet. But we'll start off here. Part 1 of 4. The end.
Captain! Open the door! Kick it in. Ah! Lest we break it down and take more than those shells!
You bastards may take exactly what I give you!
They're a Scotsman. Unless we're... I don't believe you're Scottish. Oh no, no, William is a Scot. So the other guy was English. Which doesn't help things at all. I was hoping to kind of figure it out then. I was like, ah, that's easy. They're Scottish. They're not. So at this point, this geezer is going up to go over the top. Rip William. Okay, so nothing in that one I don't think that can really tell me much about this person. Other than they look incredibly shocked. So then after them, it's this guy. This is one, I think.
Where are they? Must be in here someplace.
They're at the bottom of the sea.
That's a lie.
Definitely English. And that doesn't narrow it down because the majority of the crew are English at this point. And they're sneaking down. They didn't time it very well. Like, if they both timed it together, they probably could have got the captain. Not that I'm exactly like rooting for them to get the captain, because I don't know what the reasonings are. Also, when they're saying, where are they, it could be just objects, to be fair. So I think it would be a bit strange for them to be coming in just for a person. Now that I actually think about it. Again, you could be almost anyone. Well, you're none of the Peters, because one of the Peters dies on the ropes and one of the Peters escapes. To be fair, actually, seaman-wise, there's not many that it could be. But I don't have enough information yet. Oh, he's only saying I've got like one bit of information on this guy anyway, so... Sorry, William. I don't think there'll be anything new or important up here, but let's go have a look first. No. No, there isn't. Don't know who you are. I know you've been beaten to death. I don't even think he has any dialogue. No. Doesn't even get any dialogue. There's 2 others present, 3 others present. No one else was present. Cool. Higher rated seamen specializing work above the deck and the sails or rigging. Low level crew members responsible for general manual labor and below deck. So actually, I think that guy could maybe be a topman. Because he's got a lot more clothing on. Like, he's got a hat. If that makes sense. So actually, you could be a topman. That, again, doesn't narrow it down. If anything, I think that might make it a little bit harder. Lewis Walker. You could be Lewis Walker. Actually, that sound. Don't know why. That feels right. For now, I'm going to keep that in the back burner. I think you might be a topman because you have a hat. There we go. That's my logic. Like when I get back to the East India Trading Company, and they're like, "Okay, so how did you find this out?" Oh, I found out the captain because Pocket Watch told me so, and I found out this was Lewis Walker because he had a hat. You know, it could honestly be something as simple as that. For now, though, guys, that's all I've got time for today. It's been good to get back into this and good to have a little bit more of a roam around the good old ship Obra Dinn. Next time, I guess we'll continue as we're going. I don't want to skip over things. I'm going to give every single thing we've done so far a second glance. So, like, next episode and the episode after, we're going to go through everything we've done so far, see if there's anything new that I've missed, and try and figure out a bit more about different people that I might not have picked up on a few of the cues about. However, though, guys, thank you so much for watching. It has been an honor as always. I have been Stirx. You have been just incredible. And I will catch you all later for the next part of our little adventure.